What is up? How are you now? Hope you having a good one. Gaming news. It is convention news, announcement news, general entertainment industry news. E3 is canceled for 2023, okay? E3 is done. They're not doing 2023. They couldn't do 2019 because of COVID. 20, 21, 22, all canceled. I think E3 is just dead. It's kind of sad because the E3 was always kind of a staple. Like, you knew you were gonna get a lot of really good game trailers and stuff like that during E3, and like a lot of information was gonna come out, and you're just gonna kind of be flooded with new good stuff. And it's not happening. It was a consolidated point for people to release things. They canceled it because as soon as they made the announcement for E3 2023, Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo said we're not going. And then Ubisoft followed suit immediately after that. Then all of a sudden, they couldn't fill their conferences, they couldn't fill their tables, and they couldn't fill their vendors, and they couldn't get any or enough gameplay demos for the floor to actually make it viable as something that would have the audience draw that they needed. So they just could not get the hype for the event. And I don't think you can fix that. I think that's a permanent problem. So E3 is probably dead forever. They didn't say they're not going to try 2024, but I don't foresee them going that route. Hyped vertical slices of games that never live up to the hype. And this is a problem within the game industry itself, where games are relying too much on basically creating trailers that aren't actually from the game. They have a trailer development team and a game development team that do not work hand in hand. So you're getting a much higher quality snippet during the trailer of a game that you will never see. And that is highlighted by the day before, where like their first game demo or game trailer or whatever was like 10 times better than their second one as far as like graphic appearance and what the game could be. And it looked like this like Division meets survival game, just madness, and like the whole project fell apart, which honestly the whole thing could have been a scam from the start. Just the way you watch that company's development and what was going on. It looked like they used the popularity of that game that they couldn't deliver on to just push a bunch of really smaller, easier to develop games that were not related. Dark and Darker is a mess. That whole situation is an absolute mess. And my prediction is that Dark and Darker dies because that company does not have the runway to outlast the legal battles that they are currently entrenched in. Whether they did right or wrong or indifferent, whatever side of the argument you come on, I do not think that company has the runway to survive the legal battle that is ahead of them. It is what it is. I always liked E3 just because I knew, like, okay, trailers are kind of bogus and like you can only take them so seriously, but then at the end of the day, it's exposure and it's getting out the word of a lot of new games that you may have missed or have gone under the radar that you'd be excited in. So I always enjoyed watching the best trailers coming out of E3 because they may have been games that I missed or didn't hear about. Like I said, it was just a consolidated point of information coming out that you don't really get anywhere else. The Game Awards does it. That's why I like the Game Awards, is only for the trailers, because it's exposure to games and categories that I wouldn't have noticed or considered initially, and it's something that I thought was enjoyable. But conventions in general are just kind of going down, because at the end of the day, we have instant access to absolutely all the information available, and why try to save something for a big event when you can release it on your time schedule and try to control your narrative and progression as far as hype by doing things on YouTube or Reddit's, Discords, and like get information out there that way, direct to the audience on your timetable. It just seems like nowadays that's the route most people go. Hey, if you like the content, make sure you like and subscribe down below. Link to the Twitch is in the description, and make sure you tap that bell notification so you get updates on future episodes where we talk about gaming, entertainment, and streaming. As always, I'm Skeg Broggy. I'll catch you next time.